I mean, we do have this, which is definitely going to be devastating for his side of the field. I do still feel like there is a what's his face in his deck. I do honestly still feel that there is a Harrowing in his deck, but by doing this we then go for an open attack. So we do that, destroy everything on his side of the field, then go for an open attack with these two, and it's fine. We got this, right? Hello, Gomez here for the LAN Up channel, again with another weird deck for you today. This time we are using the Slaughter Dock, so we're using the Bilgewater Landmark. I've gone down a different route with it, because normally obviously everyone puts it in with Shadow Isles, because it makes sense in Shadow Isles, to be fair. That deep deck does make sense, because you're going to be obliterating your opponent's deck, but I've decided to put it into P&Z, so for a little bit of the Turbo Deep. I don't know if anyone remembers Turbo Deep, but going down that route of it. So let's get into it. So I've called the deck Deep Treasure. This is actually because we're going to be going deep for those treasures. I don't know if anyone remembers Saucy Mailman, really big creator within the Legends of Runeterra community, actually made a deck. This deck was made this deck is inspired by a deck that he made like 3 or 4 months ago, which was all about basically trying to get to shipwreck hoarder as quickly as possible, and then making counterfeit copies of shipwreck hoarder. Obviously, there's been changes since then like cards. The landmarks came out, so I put the landmark in this deck. There was also obviously a few other things, like the croaker. Well, I mean, it's really only the croaker, but yeah, we've gone down a slightly different route with it, but it's inspired by that deck. So the idea is that you're going to be tossing cards as quickly as possible, or trying to draw cards as quickly as possible to get yourself deep, and then boom, shipwreck hoarder counterfeit copies. You've got multiple copies of counterfeit copies, because with the toss mechanic there's a good chance that you're going to be getting rid of one of these. As long as you can hold on to at least one of them, you're all good, because at least 4 copies is a nice thing. You can even make a copy of the shipwreck hoarder himself, or make a copy of one of the treasures if there's a particular treasure that you want. So that is on your head, may it be. Obviously he is creating 2, so shipwreck hoarder is a body as well as creating 2 which it treasures in hand, so it's not actually a bad shout to be making copies of him. But yeah, no, it depends on how you want to go. So yep, so obviously, because the good thing about the treasures is that they do make late game, if you have dredges or jettisons within your late game, it still makes them viable, because normally in a kind of deck like this where you're not running Shadow Isles, you're not running Malachi, that once you get deep, these cards kind of become detrimental, because like you're just tossing cards. Apart from if you're leveling up Malachi, you're not getting anything out of it. So this just means that the more treasures you make copies of, then obviously at least you get those back, because once they get tossed, they do like still come into your hand. So yeah, so there isn't actually many sea monsters in here. The shipwreck hoarder is really the only sea monster that we're running like itself in the deck, but there is obviously Slaughter Dock, which does make one once you go deep, it does make a sea monster. And there is also the Hunters, which is a good little card for challenger card for challenging out things that like you want to be getting rid of on your opponent's side, as well as the fact that I said it is making a random sea monster. Lure of the Depths to be getting the price down of shipwreck hoarder, as well as Soloist. I'm running Soloist just to try and get, I mean, I know that Nautilus gets his price down as well, but that basically means that you can play him for free if you're running Lure of the Depths and Soloist with Hoarder. The old deck did used to run Grifter. It did used to run Grifter, which made sense, but that was before his nerf. So obviously, he used to just make a warning shot with and it was just the allegiance was that he would nab a card, whereas now he needs to have allegiance to do both nabbing and creating a warning shot, whereas before he just used to make the warning shot just by playing him. So obviously with that nerf it made him slightly less, but there is still the majority Bilgewater, so you could technically still put Grifter in this deck. I don't know what I'd really want to get rid of to put him in this deck at this moment in time, so I want to run this deck a few times, but literally potentially Grifter could find his way in. This is more just the concept, like working with the concept, and all of my decks, anything that I ever make, all these videos, I always say they're not going to be 100% refined decks. They're going down a concept that it's a starting block, but then it's for us to think about this, because that's what I mean. Like, we are a community. Me and you, the audience, we're working together, and that's what I'm trying to foster, is a community where we're working together to be able to build off of these decks to create. Like, so if you do make any changes, please let me know. If you run this, let me know how it goes. Like, what are you finding the problems for, and what are you finding the good things. Anything like that is good, because the idea is to make a lovely community of people who love Legends of Runeterra, love gaming, like anything along those lines, and just like we all just come together and have a good time together. That's the whole concept of the channel. So please let me know what you think down below. I said, like, Make It Rain is to try and act is like your one activator for soloist. Like, it's got the chance, like, depends obviously what you're playing against. Twisted Fate is a obviously he can go in any direction that you need him to. So if you're planning its aggro, red card can get rid of that. If you need to get rid of something that's big that's only got 2 health, you can use his yellow card. But if you're against the control deck, or you're against like just blue card is actually kind of where you want to be going with this deck most of the time, because you're trying to get deep as quickly as possible, and blue card is helping you with that draw. So the good thing about Twisted Fate is he's very situational. He does also potentially have the chance of leveling up, because we do have, like, you know, Rummage for draw. We do also have Lure of the Depths, which draws, Salvage draws, like, so there is actually potentials for, and Croaker obviously draws as well, so there is actually potential to level up Twisted Fate. It just it depends on what you do. He's more in there for situationalness, and then Nautilus is in there just so that any copies of Shipwreck, hoarder that you've tossed along the way get put back in, and any copies of Soloist also get put back into your deck. So that's why so potentially Grifter might find his way in, because he would come back with Nautilus, like, if he gets tossed. So potentially Grifter can make his way into this deck. I'm just not 100% sure what I want to cut out of this deck to make that happen, because I still want to be running the Landmark. I'm only running 2 copies of the Landmark, so potentially even trying to come up with a way of making 3 copies of that. But literally right now I'm not 100% sure what I'd want to drop. Maybe, I don't know, because I need to have that. You need to have, like, you know, some minions. That's why Jerry Rig's in here, just to give you a chance with the Rummage. But also, if you've got a defense that you've got to make, a Jerry Rig that's unexpected is all. I do love Jerry. Is one of the cards that I love for that ability of just instant burst speed, which can, like, a Fuji and block that nobody's expecting. But also it does obviously work with Rummage. I don't know, but so please let me know what you think, as I've already said, down in the comment section down below. If there's any changes that you make, let me know. And just what you call it, just so you know, I do shameless plug time, Twitch, Twitter and Instagram. I'm active on all of them. I stream on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, so if you want to come catch the action live, please feel free to, as well as the fact that I've got currently a giveaway going on that's going to be given away at the end of this week for the end of October. Spooky Halloween month, Fresh Lantern, which does actually light up. If you want to show me how, you want me to show you how you can get involved with that giveaway, I'll quickly show you a brief advertisement. It's only about 1 minute long, so if you've already seen it or you don't want to see it, just skip about like a minute or so. So quickly, cue the advertisement. You know, we are in the spooky month of October, and so Gomez is doing a giveaway where he's giving away 2 of these lamps. So they do light up. Quickly, cue light up action. Yes, so I'm giving away 2 of these. One of them can just go to anyone who just does the giveaway thing, so I will quickly demonstrate. If you go into the bottom corner and click on the nuts, as you're watching, you're collecting nuts, and you can redeem them. You can redeem as many giveaway tickets as you want, because all those names will go into the random generator at the end, and then whoever, which it just at the end of the month, whatever name comes up, you're getting 1 of these lamps. And then the second one is going to be only for subscribers. So literally all you got to do is subscribe, and then if you do so, then it puts you into the pool. Yet again, it'd be a random draw just out of the subscribers to see who gets the second 1 of these lamps. But also, if we reach our subscriber goal, Gomez will be playing some horror games, and that's just going to be good times for all of you and terrible times for me, most likely. So have fun. This month is all about having fun, good times, Legends of Runeterra and everything else. So thank you, and next until we speak again, which will be in moments when this advert ends. Best don't feel forced to get involved with that giveaway. It's just if you want to, it's giving you the option there. But as I said, I do stream on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, so if you want to come catch it, want to be in chat, I do love talking to chat. If you want to duel me, give me what you call it, viewer decks. I love everything, all the kind of communication and us working together. I do love that kind of fostering that kind of community. So if you feel free, like, to go over there and hit follow. I do actually have a personal goal of either hitting 1,000 subscribers on YouTube or 1,000 followers on Twitch by the end of the year. If I hit both of them, it's going to be a amazing, and honestly, like we are getting close. The support that's come out of you guys has been amazing, and thank you so much for that. Honestly, that's what keeps me going. That's what like fuels me, and you're actually making a curly head moustache main stream. So thank you so much for that. But yes, I was going to say there is also the Discord link down below if you want to join the Discord so that we can talk. There's also a games night and a movie night in there, so we get on mic, watch some terrible films and play some games together. So if you want to get involved with that, yeah, again, as I said, the link for the Discord is down below. Yes, no, honestly, just generally, just thank you so much, all of you. So yeah, and all that's left to say is let's get on with this and see how this deck do in a couple of matchups. Okay, so it's going to be the late game. It's whether or not this one does this one run the vaults. Does this one run vaults or not? I can't remember how this deck runs. But obviously it's all about ramp and late game, and definitely a lot of behold cards. It's whether or not he goes more down a troll route or whether or not he goes more just 100% down the ramp route, potentially with vault. But I can't remember whether or not vault is in that deck or not. I mean, definitely there's going to be a what's his face, right? There's definitely going to be an avalanche. Okay, just gonna go with this. We're just gonna go going deep as quickly as possible. So we've got a jettison as well. We've got this, so we'll go with the attack forward here, and then go into potentially jettison. We could actually save that for the spell mana, but I mean next turn we're gonna be throwing this out and slaughter docks. I mean it doesn't actually matter either way because it's gonna take our full mana anyway. Okay. Those soloists are coming back with Fimshi, but yeah, we're going deep quite quickly. This is all about turbo deep. That could also help us along the way. But yeah, we have actually lost. I can't remember how many jerry rigs we've lost, but I've definitely seen that we've at least lost one jerry. It's another soloist, but that's not bad because it means we're getting that back at the end. I'm actually going to go with the instant attack just in case, because this is the move where Trundle comes down or avalanche. So go with that. Alright, so we can actually use you because we know that we're going to be drawing Sea Monster. Alright, because we're getting close now. We're getting close, and then we could always just throw down a counterfeit copy. So Rummage right now is... Oh, Jettison would have been lovely. I would have loved to have top deck Jettison right now. Okay, yep. So I mean I can block that damage at least. Yeah, I don't really want to be putting like when I'm so close to being deep, I don't really want to be putting 4 copies in the deck, and I mean I guess I could have rummaged, but okay, so we can. So we're 1 away, so I'm actually just gonna throw you out because that makes us go deep, because him throwing 1, boom, and then we're deep. So that now means that this is gonna activate next turn. We can go immediately for. The devastation that he doesn't care if he dies, because once he dies he just levels up anyway, then comes back at me because he could kill this. Yeah, so I've kind of got to keep you back. I can't go with the attack forward there. Okay, so we could start making copies of you now. We could actually just go for counterfeit copies on you, so that we know that we're going to be making copies of you. This is going to then level up next turn, which at least means that I get to block potentially Trundle, because I've kind of got to throw the shipwreck hoarder in front of his Tryndamere. So, come on, beast up. Oh, 5 damage actually is quite a nice thing. Go on, let's see what you're going to be. I mean, it's still something that can block Trundle. I mean, he could have Troll Charm, and obviously he can throw down the Ice Pillar, which means that he's actually going to be deciding where this goes. Oh, he does. Ooh, it goes to the Mother's Call move instead. Let's see what you're gonna get. I mean, that's definitely not what he was after. So we could throw down the Nautilus, which does mean that we're going to be getting down these two, which is actually not a bad move. I mean, the problem is you need to remember that Vengeance is in our opponent's deck most likely, like potentially Ruination as well. So he might just skip the turn, because he might, if he's got, okay, nope, he's not going to. I was going to say that he might have had Ruination, or I said Vengeance. So I'm just going to do this move because it still means that I get to keep all of these alive, whereas if I would have traded there, then, you know, we would have lost our shipwreck hoarder. Because I know that vengeance and things like that are in this deck, I'd rather, like, I don't want to sacrifice Nautilus, but I don't mind it so much. Okay, it's starting to become devastating, but we're also starting to become devastating, so it's fine. So we're losing some of our shipwreck hoarders, but we are putting more and more treasures in that deck. So he's got the level up. He's got the level up, but he's got to block as well. This is very important. He's got the level up, but he's got to block. So what we're gonna do? Do we throw out the? I feel like we just throw out the other shipwreck hoarder as well. We just go sod it. Sod it. We're going balls to the walls. He might, I said, use Ruination, but right now he gets nothing out of Ruination other than the fact that obviously his War Mother is going to. Okay. Right. So, the good thing about this is that he hasn't actually managed to attack forward with Trundle yet, so we can actually get rid of his, get rid of these, so he's not getting those as 8+ cards. Obviously, Harrowing might, actually, like, a Harrowing is like the only other thing that might come out. We do actually have the Egg, so if he does actually trade away some things, we do have the Egg, which is going to do some devastating damage itself. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie, it's a nice move. It's a nice move. Right, so get to kill that. So killed my Nautilus. So I can actually kill. Yep, he's gonna be getting rid of that. That's fine. So I can actually kill his Tryndamere if I were to use this. But that does mean that it puts us in a weaker thing for our shipwreck hoarders. So I feel like we just throw these guys out so that we at least have got more things to block with. Yeah, we go with that move. Feels okay. This actually might work for us in the end, maybe, hopefully, but it's there's a lot of overwhelm that's coming out on us right now. So. Okay, so we can. I feel like we block these two. I'd actually change that round and block there. He might have another Fury. There's a good chance he's got like another Fury or something along those lines, but we are not trading off as bad at this moment in time. Potentially another Troll Chant. We do still have this. Yep. Okay. Yep. So he's going with trading off. That, I mean, we do have this, which is definitely going to be devastating for his side of the field. I do still feel like there is a what's his face in his deck. I do honestly still feel that there is a Harrowing in his deck, but by doing this we then go for an open attack. So we do that, destroy everything on his side of the field, then go for an open attack with these two, and it's fine. We've got this, right? Just in case he's got a Ruination or something. I mean, he could still have Vengeance. So he could still have Vengeance. That's a very likely possibility. Sadly, we can't play our shipwreck hoarder, otherwise that's what I'd love to do right now. But yeah, he could have a Vengeance. But he's getting less and less things in the hand. I mean, I guess as well, yeah, he does. Or do we just go? Yep, no, I was going to say, I mean, using that move and flooding the board again. See, look, the treasures! The treasures! We're going to flood the board with 3 more minions, which would have given us definitely lethal, I feel like, if he didn't have a Ruination. Okay, right, this is actually a really hard matchup, just because of how aggressive its early game is and how controlly its end game is. It just makes this a really, really hard matchup. I might actually keep this. I might need Twisted, or like I might need that for the early, because it's got a really aggro early game, and then as I said, obviously its late game is really controlling with the Leviathan. Okay, we're gonna go tossing a bunch of cards right now, because obviously we're still trying to get to our deep as quickly as possible. We could even go with that, but I kind of want to see what I'm going to get mana-wise. Right, go with the attack forward. I was curious to see whether or not he was going to do something to counter. Potentially he throws, yeah, throws a keg out. Yeah. I'm just going to go for the draw. I know that he's most likely dead, but at least if he does use Make It Rain, he's not getting he's not getting more damage for Swain. So I don't mind this. We do now also have a rummage move that we can use with the Jerry. I'm actually just going to go boom, get rid of that. Shame, I really want my Lure of the Depths, but I'll take it as it is. Next turn we could throw out Twisted with red card, but I do feel like he's definitely gonna just counter that most likely with a Make It Rain and kill my Twisted. But it depends on whether or not he throws the spiders out. If he throws like spiders out, I've kind of got to go with the Twisted Fate red card. I do still have another Twisted Fate in hand, so it's not exactly the worst thing that could happen, but yeah, we've got to be very. This matchup is very. You got to be very careful with it.
I'm always up for a round or two.
Okay. So yeah, he's gone with that because he knows the red card's going to kill. So I guess I also go with my red card just to kill this, as well as getting down his Twisted just very slightly. But all he needs right now, like Death's Hand. Death's Hand does do 2 and 1 damage to the core, right?
Like trouble.
I really want to have the landmark, but I'm actually gonna go with this move just to block that Twisted Fate damage. Just because he's not expecting me to block that Twisted Fate damage. Yeah, no, I would have loved to have played the landmark, but I just feel like I needed to get rid of it then for that move. I do obviously have a Make It Rain, but I want him to play more into that, so I'm actually going to go. I'm just going to go with the open attack and force him to react. Because yeah, again, Death's Hand. Oh, okay, no, he doesn't go for a reaction. Okay.
Vision to see what others cannot.
Okay, so we're going to need. So. The thing is, I could Make It Rain directly onto his thing. I feel like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw you in. If I use this on you, that just makes his Make It Rain move just really powerful. So I'm not actually gonna do that instantly. Death's Hand, maybe. I mean, he definitely can attack forward with his Swain. Like, there's nothing that I can put in there that stops the attack forward with Swain. Okay. So, gotta go with the Make It Rain move. Can go with a salvage. Which does now mean that I level you up.
I guess you can win them all.
But can I play enough cards to stun? Can I play enough cards to stun? I don't think I can. I can throw a Jettison out. But even Jettison doesn't get me where I need to be. I could block the Swain move here, but I'm not going to. I'd rather keep the leveled up Twisted, because it would mean sacrificing his life for this. Okay, yep. I should have expected a further offside move. I should have put myself in the way there. Should have put it in the way just in case of that move. I shouldn't have played this when I played it. I should have played it after the. Actually, no, it wouldn't have mattered either way, would it? Or would it? No, it would have mattered. No, it would have mattered. If we got the level up first, then we would have got yellow card out of it. So I should not have played the Make It Rain first. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. We're now in very, very dangerous territory. But we are deep. That's the one good thing. So we can throw Nautilus out, because Nautilus, we've still got the other one in hand, so there is actually a chance of knocking back his Swain or his Leviathan if he plays Leviathan. So it's not the best move, but it's the only move I've got. That's like the only move I've got. Technically, I could have thrown out, or I could have thrown out the landmark with hunters. I did have more moves than this. Gets the stun out. Gets the stun out, so I can't even just immediately attack forward with that. But it's really hard for him to... I mean, he could use Ravenous and then Scorched Earth, if he's got Scorched Earth. Okay. There's a Ravenous Flock. But you know, he could have used that into Scorched Earth if he's got Scorched Earth. Okay. So we can still knock this back. Okay, so there's... Okay. So I feel like we throw... Actually, we're gonna need a body, aren't we?
For silver I thought, for gold I live.
Okay. Still throw it back. So he just wants to go for a turn end. He just wants to go for a turn end. So I feel like we... So he's got a Swain in hand here. Okay, I'm going to throw Swain back because if we throw the Leviathan back, he still obviously poses a threat with... Oh, actually, is the Leviathan more a problem right now? He has got another Swain in hand. So if we actually toss Swain back, we know that Swain's going to be coming back out anyway. So actually, maybe actually throwing the Leviathan back into his deck is not a bad shout. It means that we don't take that free damage. He has to defend next turn. Yep, no, I'm going to go with that. I mean, admittedly, if we would have knocked the Swain back, he wouldn't have a Ravenous Flock in hand with Swain. But let's go over this way. I feel like this is definitely... We might have a chance against what is a really tough matchup for us. Oh, this has just become devastating. This has just become devastating. Right. I feel like we just go big, right? So... We go with this move. Oof! Now, the things have gotten very interesting. I'm actually going to go putting more copies of you in the deck, and then let's just flood the board with them right now. Let's flood the board with these shipwreck hoarders. Because we've got the treasures that are going to be coming off of them as well that can be potentially coming out. So we're just going to go massively wide on, but yes, this is what I'm talking about. So that at least gives us a really good count. Yep, he knows. He knows! I was going to say that gives us a really good counter to just screw his board over. He might have been trying to screw my board over with the stuns, but we can screw his board over as well with the treasures. So that is the Deep Treasure deck. Please let me know what you think about it down in the comment section down below, because I do love hearing from you guys what you think, what changes you would make, what if you use it, how it went. So please let me know down in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy the content, then why not hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell, I guess is another thing I need to be saying. I've never said that, but I probably should be saying it if you want to be notified and whatnot. But honestly, thank you so much. As I said, I do stream on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, so if you want to come catch the action live and talk to me, duel, whatever the hell, just come and have fun, then please feel free to. But honestly, thank you all so much for the support, and until next time, bye. I said don't you do it. Okay, is there literally anything that I could draw or that I could get from Flash of Brilliance that could save me? Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay, is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.